So the primary entrance is now sealed off. Everything is a mess. You come around here, the new primary entrance is now set and installed. So today we're going to cut out the section of the door where the glass is going to be inserted. Now a good tool to use this would be the jigsaw. And you cut the blade down so it only goes about a ½ inch to the door. And that way you cut both sides separately. And it works pretty decently. You tend to use a metal blade. There it was a wood blade. And here we have a sawzall. I don't recommend using a sawzall because it will destroy the whole of the door. It will rip the metal all apart. Now today I'm going to be using a grinder with a cut disc, as seen right here. Another good one to use, and I have used this in the past, is a circular saw. So you can adjust the depth that you need to, and that would be my overall favorite. But today we're going to use a grinder because I wanted to see how well that would cut the door. This is the new DeWalt 60 volt flexible grinder, and it has the friction fit disc there, the easy cut disc. So we're just going to get on to it. But before we start, you want to wear the appropriate PPE. In this case, it'll definitely be safety goggles or glasses and anything else you deem usable for the job so you can do it safely. Right now I'm just sizing up the window, and also these videos that are made are for entertainment purposes only. So here, we're just gonna cut out the remaining styrofoam so that it's not gonna be keeping the piece that we cut out in place any longer. Now, we're testing the frame of the window to make sure that everything that was cut out is adequate enough to insert the glass. As I said previous to this, the last time I did this, I used a circular saw, this exact circular saw, and it worked really, really, really well. Now, the only reason why I didn't use it in this one is because I wanted to test out the grinder theory, that I could use a grinder to cut out the glass. Now, if you have a new frame glass insert, you don't need to do this step. But I've done this step because I cleared out the old gasket and I put in the acrylic silicone in its place because this is me reusing an old insert. Now, whenever I'm doing this kind of work, I technically, well, not technically, I add extra adhesion like this all around the window and on both sides of the frame to create a better thermal barrier. So when you're doing your glass insert, adding a little bit of extra silicone in certain areas helps out a lot better to keep the weather out. So that's just an idea. At this stage, I usually grab the door and I drop the door on top of the window where the acrylic silicone will adhere to the frame. And I make sure I clean off the door itself, all the debris, styrofoam, things of that nature, just wipe it all down. And you might even use some acetone or something just to clean up any of the extra residue that will be on the door to prevent either the stock gasket or the silicone gasket that has just been put around the window glass insert. As you can see here, I do the silicone all the way around both sides of the window for either side of the frame to create that weather barrier, as I said previous. All in all, it does a really good job keeping the weather out. So at this stage, both pieces are in, everything's fastened nice and tight, and it's easy just to take a look over the window, make sure that anything that's squeezed out from the edges, like the silicone you see here, it just wipes right off. And take a quick look over everything, and where you see all the screws, you just have to put your end caps in there to create the smooth finish. So we'll be checking both sides of this. Make sure that the window has none of the extra sealant on the outside, which is what you don't want. And after that, you just put the door back into the frame and install it into your doorway. So thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video informative. Catch you in the next one.